Okay, now we're going to talk about two chord shapes that we can play multiple chords on because, like the F, these are movable chord shapes. And when we move them on different frets, we play different chords. And we'll get into all this business about movable chord shapes in a little while. But the first one we're going to learn is the B minor. B minor is a fairly popular chord, and it'll be played a lot with songs in the key of D. It is part of the D chord family. In fact, it is the relative of the D, if you remember your circle of fifths. All right, so what is B minor? All right, so here it is, okay? There are a couple of different versions of B minor, and this is the easiest. It is just 3 fingers on 3 separate frets. You got your index finger on the 2nd fret. Now notice this; these chords are going to start on the 2nd fret. So we got the index finger on the bottom string of the 2nd fret, which is note what? F sharp, right? This is it. F's in the corners. F sharp. And then we put our middle finger on the 2nd string of the 3rd fret, and our ring finger on the 3rd string of the 3rd fret. Okay, it's kind of like C a little bit, right? Looks a little bit like C, except C's got an open string in there. These ones are boom, boom, boom. Okay, and that's the way you can play it. If you nail that index finger and then just walk the strings up. Okay, so there's 3. This is the 3-finger variety, if you will, of the B minor. Okay, you can strum from the bottom 3 strings, or you can strum from the 4th string on down. Fifth string you probably want to avoid because that's an A. These are notes B, D, and F sharp. The reason we can hit that open 4th string without much cause is because that's a D, and we have a D down here on the 2nd string. So that those notes would be harmonic. Now we don't find a root note up here. Well, I guess the 3rd string would be your root note in this case, but this is also a bar chord, so you would normally play this like that, and the root note would be up on that 5th string. But don't worry about bar chords for now. So when you play the B minor, you can strum from the 4th string down, if you'd like, or the 3rd string. Now, this is the 3-finger variety. Notice this is a situation, again, where we've got a pinky out here looking for work. Why don't we take that pinky and just place it right above the ring finger on that 4th fret, okay? That turns that 4th string into an F sharp note. Just makes it sound a little fuller, okay? So 3-finger variety to start your B minor when you learn it, okay? But if you can, and I do encourage this, play the B minor as a 4-finger variety if you can and when you can. Okay? I mentioned that the B minor will be played a lot of times with a D. Okay, now let me show you a little trick. I don't necessarily advocate you doing this unless the B minor is momentary and you just need to come up here and grab a note. But if you notice the finger formation, or the notes that are played for the D, okay, here's D, regular D, and a lot of times you'll be moving from a D to a B minor. So you could do this, D to B minor, or this, with 4 fingers. But you see this configuration? Notice these three fingers here? When you play a D, if you just add your pinky, you've got the 3-finger variety of the B minor. So if you're playing a D and you're seeing a song come along, playing a D, now you got to play a B minor. If it's a short transition, you know, and then you're going to move on from the B minor to some other chord, you could just hold the D shape and add your pinky and move on. Okay, this is the only time I advocate doing it this way. The habit you should get into is when you see a B minor coming, play it like this, or with the 4 fingers. But there will be times when I know I'm seeing it's a short transition. So it's just a little hint there. Okay, so this is your basic 3-finger B minor. All right, now, remember your musical alphabet? Chords work the same way. So this is B minor. If we move up 1 fret, we have C minor. Okay, remember we're at B, so we don't skip a fret to get to the next whole, if you will. Minor, in this case, a minor chord. So it's B minor, C minor, and then if we move up 1 more, C sharp minor. And you could go right on up the fretboard following that same B minor, C minor, D minor. Okay, but here's the thing. When you move off the home position, if you will, for the B minor, it really helps if you add that 4th finger, that pinky, because it sounds, we can play it here in the 2nd fret and have that D, right? And it's harmonious. But as soon as you move up to play the C minor, then it doesn't sound so good. But if we add our pinky, then it sounds better. So if we're just concentrating on the B minor, you can play it as a 3-finger or a 4-finger. But if you're moving up the fretboard and playing different chords, then add that pinky in there. So you play B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor, E minor. Okay? So that's the bit about the B minor.